work with you to follow up on Christina's attack.
Yeah, that makes sense. If Ethan's proven innocent, Sonny will take that news a lot better from you than he would from me. So, what's the lead on the attacker?
Christina's boyfriend, Kiefer, man. That kid has a huge chip on his shoulder.
That's exactly what I've been thinking. I didn't like the vibe from his parents when I was trying to interview him. But Kiefer and Ethan both had reasons to be upset with Christina that night.
Ethan because she made a scene at the casino, Kiefer because she bailed on him to hang out with Ethan. Mm-hmm. So who has a balance streak?
Most abusers come from abusive homes.
But Kiefer's parents are squeaky clean. There's no domestic violence charges on them. I mean, Kiefer, the only thing he's ever suffered are minor injuries attributed to sports.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, they were unusually guarded. I mean, his parents were just, there was something going on there.
All right, well, what about Ethan's background?
He never said that his adopted parents were violent in any way. I mean, from what he told me, they were just the opposite.
So Kiefer's parents are either protecting him or themselves, or they're by stonewall.
Yeah, well, they don't want to risk their son's future at Harvard because of the daughter of a mobster. You know, parents have covered up worse for their kids.
Whoever Christina's protecting is who beat her.
Now, conventional wisdom says you always look at the boyfriend first.
Yeah, but she won't ID him. He won't admit that he did it. And Kiefer's parents may or may not know, so we got to come at this from a different angle.
I got the name of the guy that threw the party that night, the one Christina bailed on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to interview him.
Okay, well, I'll talk to the Davis neighbors, see if anyone saw something.
All right. Oh, also, Jason spoke to Christina early on, and she told him that Ethan showed up less than 5 minutes after Sam brought her home. But Sam drove directly to the Haunted Star, and Ethan was still there.
I don't know why Jason's even involved in this.
Just be happy that he took the time to think it through, because if Sonny had his way, Ethan would be dead already.
Sonny wants blood for what happened to Christina. All things considered, it's probably not the best idea for him to rack up another dead body right now.
Spoke to Kiefer's friend, the guy who hosted the party, and according to Jordy Stewart, Kiefer was furious that his girlfriend blew him off. He left the party early, somewhere between 8:30 and 9, and Jordy didn't see him at the party after that.
All right. Well, I talked to one of Alexis's neighbors.
Yeah?
She said she got home around 9:30 and was nearly sideswiped by a light-colored SUV speeding out of the Davis's driveway.
What does Kiefer drive?
A silver SUV.
And at 9:30, Ethan was still at the Haunted Star getting reamed by Sam.
This still isn't good enough to hold up in court.
Who said anything about court?
I'm a little pressed for time. I have practice. Coach doesn't really like it when we're late, so...
You know what? This won't take long. I mean, the fact that you came back is proof that you care what happens to Christina.
Of course I do. We love each other.
It's a powerful emotion, love. You should do all kinds of crazy things. I know I do when I'm in love, act like a complete idiot.
Yeah, well, the good outweighs the bad.
Yeah, so I'm still trying to figure out how that night went down when Christina got beat up.
Yeah, me too. How pissed off were you at Jordy's house that night?
All right, well, he's off. Lucky. I mean, he was blown off by the girl who supposedly loves him. All right? It was an important night to you, right? Christina should have had your back.
Yeah.
You bought Christina that dress so you could show her off to those college guys, right? Must have been a real kick in the teeth to have to show up alone after you'd been talking her up like that.
She's my girl. We're always talking it up.
Except she didn't want to be your girl that night, did she? She wanted to be Ethan's girl.
Lucky. Cut the guy some slack here. You got dissed by this girl. I mean, for an older guy, no less. I mean, I don't even know what I'd do if my girl did that.
Is that why you left the party early?
I wasn't in the mood to party.
What were you in the mood for?
I just wanted to blow off some steam. Look, man, I didn't do anything wrong, okay? Christina screwed up big time, and she thought she'd get away with it. That's on her, not me.
So you're saying that Christina got what she asked for?
I haven't heard anything about the trial.
They're still in session. Sounded like Sonny did a lot of damage when you blew up at Johnny yesterday.
Right, Sonny never looks worse than when he's vengeful and angry. And the jury has no idea that he's actually sacrificing himself so his son won't suffer.
Take a deep breath.
Why? What do you want to tell me?
Robin's been called to testify.
You might as well call the airport and get the jet prepared to fly Sonny out of the country.
Carly, Robin loves Sonny. She wants to help.
Do you remember when Tony kidnapped Michael? Do you remember her testimony at his trial?
Yes.
She's a sanctimonious
It doesn't
witch,
matter
Jason.
because in the end, the jury needs to hear from you.
I'm not sure how to take that.
Well, I know that when you make up your mind on what you want, you can make it happen. So you need to do that with your testimony. I have nothing but faith in you that if you put your mind on this trial, Carly, you can help turn it around.
Words in Kiefer's mouth. I mean, he's trying to help us here, right? You love Christina.
I do love her. I don't want anything bad to happen to her.
This whole thing was just a big misunderstanding, right?
What are you doing? Why are you cutting this guy so much slack? I mean, there's so much motive here I could drown in it. Christina lied to him. She put on a dress that he bought for her, went after another guy, made him look like a complete idiot. You excited about Harvard, Kiefer? It's not fun to be made a fool of, is it? And that's why you did it. That's why you beat her. Because you think she deserved it.
You could take the SAT prep class if you want. I mean, you did really well on the practice test. It just depends, I think, honey, what college you want to go to. You might need your numbers to be higher. I don't know.
If I get accepted to Middlebury or Georgetown, I at least want to consider them.
Sure. Whatever you decide, okay? Question, how do you feel about taking a self-defense class? Would that be okay?
Dante was saying that with domestic violence, which is kind of was, the guy usually does it again.
Statistically, that's true.
Dante seemed kind of worried. He even asked me to meet him at Kelly's. He had a ton of questions.
It's probably helping Lucky.
Helping him with what?
Honey, I probably should have mentioned this to you before, but they are going to continue investigating what happened the other night.
But the charges against Ethan have been dropped. You promised we'd let this go.
It's not that simple, really.
I can't believe you lied to me.
I don't see this trial turning around.
And Coleman's still on the jury.
It's one vote. Sonny yelled in open court that Claudia got what she deserved. How can the other jurors buy that it was self-defense?
Jumping bail solves the problem of Sonny going to prison, but Michael's still going to be motivated to confess.
He's not going to stop talking till everyone believes the truth. That Michael killed Claudia and Sonny didn't.
I told all the guys about Christina. You know, how she's smart and beautiful, and you wouldn't even know her father's a criminal. I love Christina. I wanted them to see why. Instead, she just made me look like an idiot.
Oh, man, I can't even imagine what that'd be like, hanging out at that party after she stood you up like that.
Yeah, well, I was the only guy without a date, so yeah.
So you left the party early, went to her house, and beat the crap out of her.
Okay, that is not what happened at all. I stayed at the party for a while.
When did you leave?
It was at least 11, maybe later. I don't know for sure.
Where'd you go?
How could I be so stupid? I just wanted to talk to her.
Look, Kiefer, no one's blaming you for anything here. You got a raw deal, man.
Just wanted to ask her why.
I mean, I thought you canceled because you were mad at me.
Why would I be mad at you?
How should I know?
But you beat her up instead, didn't you?
No.
No, you're hurting me!
What?
All right, take it easy. Why don't you just tell us what really happened?
I got there pretty late. Molly answered the door and said Kay was in the hospital.
You're lying. You'd been there earlier.
Now, why would he go back to the house if he'd already beaten Christina up?
I wanted.
You were afraid that you'd killed her, weren't you?
It isn't like that.
Everybody knows that Ethan didn't do it, okay? It's just a matter of time. The truth is gonna come out, man. Christina is gonna crack, and when she does, Harvard is not gonna protect you from the reach of Sonny Corinthos. But a jail cell might. If you want a future, you better confess.
I keep telling you that I want this to be over, and you promised me it would, and now you have Lucky Spencer investigating?
Honey, first of all, I didn't lie to you. I didn't say anything because you don't need anything else to be upset about.
You keep saying that you want us to have this honest relationship, but you only tell me what you want me to hear.
Really, I am. I really wish Dante would have talked to me before he decided to question you.
Dante's my brother. Why can't he just believe me?
Honey, I'm sure he does believe you. The same as Luke believes what Ethan is saying is the truth. And Luke has the right to want his questions resolved.
What kind of questions?
The same kind of questions the police would ask if this were a trial.
What will happen when they prove Ethan did it?
Hopefully, I wanted to leave town because it would just be easier on everyone. But right now, we've all agreed to let Luke and Dante pursue this.
Even Dad?
Even Dad.
Why am I the only one that didn't know about the investigation?
We all just want to help you get past this. That's all. You have been traumatized, and you need time to be supported and to heal, and it might help you do that if Lucky and Dante can verify that you told the truth.